What's up, everybody? It's your boy, chilling at the crib. Um, it's been all right, Dan. Kind of rainy. Went to Walmart, got some, things that we needed around the house or whatever, and came back. And while I was gone, one of my new friends that I met since I've been going to Grayson posted something that was really, really disturbing. I posted it to my page also. I'm disgusted by the video. I don't agree with nothing this guy is saying. That is the definition of evil. And I even took time and read some of the remarks that people were saying to this guy. They hope he dies, hope he slits his wrist, hope he gets shot, all this and that, or whatever, whatnot. And this is the form of evil that I'm talking about. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, purple, green, whatever. I don't accept that any form of hatred. This is a whole nother level. And a lot of people don't understand is it's nothing new that's been on Facebook. Everything this man has said about this child was horrible. But keep in mind, and I'm not making an excuse for him because he did wrong, but keep in mind, everything he has said about this child, all these people who claim they're Christians, are holy roly and all that high and mighty, they had that to say about George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. I could keep going. They said they deserved to die. They didn't comply. They were criminals. They were drug addicts. Nobody deserves to die. And it's like he flipped the script. And how you feel after you watch the video of this man talking about this child dying senselessly, is how so many people feel about others talking about the death of George Floyd and so forth. It shows ignorance. It shows evil, hatred, and everything all in one. So, I was waiting for people to comment on my posts I put up, which I don't think anybody who has something bad to say about anybody who has just died recently or in the past unjustly and for nothing, I don't think they're going to comment on that post because they got to eat their own words. I've heard stuff like, George Floyd should have died. I've heard all that. He deserved it. Nobody deserves death. That little boy definitely didn't deserve it. And I posted it because I felt the same way about that video that I did with countless others that people made with no remorse, not caring about nothing, not caring about these people, kids, family, nothing, just being straight ignorant and evil and having hatred in their heart. We need more love in this world. We need more people to be sympathetic and empathize for other people to evolve. If we don't, all the people who are saying somebody should have died by the hands of a cop or anybody else are no better than this guy that's talking shit about this little kid. So think about that. Take time and reflect and think about that. I had to make me a little mixed drink today after I watched that video. It made me so upset that I didn't know how to feel. And that's crazy. And it's like, it's not a representation of black people I know, because black people I know think that Cannon dying, how he did, was a tragedy and should never happen. Along with anybody else who dies, it shouldn't happen. But people don't understand that because they want to look at things one way. It's two sides to look at things. And if you're going to be so biased to only look at it one way, shame on you. Shame on you for saying things like George Floyd deserved to die. Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy, deserved to die. He shouldn't have been playing in a park with a toy gun and get shot after 2 seconds of the cop getting out the car. Shame on you for anybody else that has died senselessly and you said, oh, well, he shouldn't have been doing this. Even somebody who is a criminal doesn't deserve to die. There's so much evil going on right now that it doesn't make sense. I got all these people talking about pedophiles and this one and that person should be locked up and blah, blah, blah. You can't say one person should be locked up when somebody else is best friends and lifelong friends with somebody and known to be an acquaintance and at their house and island, and you don't feel that same way about him. That's being biased again. People will name names that don't even make sense to get the attention away from the obvious. Most of the people who are naming names, those names, you've never even heard of them being on court documents and records as being taken to court for sexual assault on a 13-year-old or anything else, or paying off multiple kids, little boys and girls, court records, documents, money trails. So spare me with the deflection that people try to use nowadays. You just don't want to look stupid. I say lock them all up. Whoever's involved, lock them all up. Because they did wrong. If you think this person shouldn't get locked up and you showing him sympathy, you're no better than them. Because they're hurting kids. And I'm so tired of all these people. All lives matter. We know all lives matter. But do those little immigrant kids that are in these camps being sexually and physically abused right now matter? Shit, there's thousands of them missing right now. They don't even know where they're at. I'll even go further. How about the actual parents, the immigrants that are running to America to escape death? Do their lives matter, since all lives matter? And I asked the politician this, and he won't answer me back. I'm not even going to say his name no more, so it ain't even worth it. But I told most of my friends in West Virginia, don't vote for this man because he'll say whatever. Christian value views and all that bullshit he's trying to push. And he's quick to say something about, I hate when people do this. Well, what about the little black baby abortions? You mean abortions? Why do you have to specify little black baby abortions? Because if I ain't mistaken, white people get abortions too. But you don't want to make a difference any other time. But you will stress that to try to push your point. You talk about Chicago. Chicago's not even the murder capital of this country. There ain't nothing new with the deaths occurring in Chicago. You don't care about what's going on in Chicago. You just want to say it to push an agenda, to try to say something to help your bullshit cause that you're trying to spread. If you really cared, you would do something. I'm still saying it. I'm still volunteering my service for anybody who wants to come up with anything to go to Chicago to help stop the violence. It ain't black on black violence, it's violence. I'll go with you. We can go up there, we can protest. Don't just talk about it. Let's make a movement about it. If you cared, you would want to. Not just there, but other places like New York, California, Florida, shit, Alabama. If you look at the murder rates in these places, you will be amazed. But people are so prone and so trained and conditioned to say Chicago, which is not even the murder capital of this country. And it's been occurring. Long as black people killing black people, don't nobody care. Everybody talking about this pandemic. That's another thing. We've been had a damn pandemic. When crack came around, inner city ghettos were affected by the push of crack cocaine. And everybody knows the truth about crack cocaine now. The government flooded the ghettos and inner cities to help fund a war they had going on overseas. So they didn't have no remorse about who used what, when, and how. And it killed so many African Americans and Latinos that it don't even make no sense. But until it affected another type of people, that's when we wanted to talk about it. Back then, you just get locked up. You get caught with crack, get caught with cocaine, they lock your ass up to eternity. You get at least 10. Now, they want to give you help because the opiate crisis, pills. They ain't locking everybody up no more because it's not just affecting the African American people and Latin American people. Again, you can't be biased. You can't be one-sided. You got to care about everybody. Everybody, not just selective few. And I say this over and over and over and over. And people just don't want to get it because they want to point out what they want to point out because they're selfish. They're selfish. And they ain't gonna never be nothing but selfish. They don't even do nothing in their own community, let alone the rest of America. I don't know too many people that take their time to clean up their own community, that try to give back. Most of the ones who do, they're not the ones who are talking shit. They're too busy out there trying to change things. It's always the people sitting around just worrying about themselves who always has something to say. And you know what they say, every time you point the finger, you got 3 more pointed right back at you. People tend to forget that. Now, I don't. That's why I try to do what I can. Because I know how bad things can be. I've lived in the city and I've lived in the country. Down here in Arlington is totally different than where I've lived in Cincinnati, California, Norfolk, Virginia, or Portsmouth, especially Portsmouth, Virginia, Chicago, and Millington, Tennessee for a second. I've been north, east, south, and west. It irks me for these people who are thinking they are high and mighty and they can just talk about anybody else or this and that. You need to look in the mirror at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing to try to change the world? Shit, better yet, what am I doing to try to change my community? How am I giving back? Am I going to these places where, like everybody talks about the Ninth Street playground, that's the hood. It's more white people live in the projects than anything. But they consider that the hood because it's a stereotype and people spread lies. I know people who work hard. I know people who work really hard and they pay more in rent to live in them projects than they do some people who pay a mortgage. But they label it because they don't know. They don't ever go there. They don't ever try to give back. It's only certain people who do. And it's only certain people who really care about their fellow man. If you care about your fellow man, like you act, it's a lot of acting. There's some people who should be in Hollywood acting because they fake as hell to me. You know, I know my wife's going to be tripping about my language, but that's bullshit. Don't fake it. Walk that walk. Don't just talk that talk. Again, I offer my services. Whatever you want to do, we can do it. We can make it happen. We can put our head together. We can come up with something to make everything better instead of complaining about stuff to make yourself look better. Because that's all you're doing. You want to get the attention off of you or the ugliness that you have within inside of you. Like I said, that video with that dude pissed me off. Just like when I read so many comments of people in Arlington, Ashland, Huntington, commenting about how George Floyd should have died and good riddance and 2 weeks sober and all that other bullshit and the memes they put on their page. You ain't no better than that dude that just made that video. People can be mad at me all they want. Guess what? I don't care. I'm still me. I'm still me. From A1 to the I, I'm going to be me and represent and speak my mind, walk with my chest out, my head held high, because I know who I am as a man. And I will help anybody and be there for anybody for something that's right. So keep that in mind. When you want to be mad at me, you want to talk about me, you want to be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I don't even worry about that shit. Because ain't nobody going to say it to my face because they don't. I ain't heard nothing. I hear rumors, but that's about it. But when I see people, they be like, hey, Charles, how you doing? And I just smile because I know they talk about me. And I'm not going to be the one that's going to fall for it. Because they want the old me would have reacted. They want the old me to come out. Like the old me, to be honest, the old me, if I heard somebody talk about me, I'm probably smacking them. The new me, I'm laughing at them and I'm praying for them. I'm praying to God that they can one day change and realize that everybody ain't a bad person. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. And it's up to you on how you rebound from that. Most of the people that I know that I respect to the fullest, that are the best people in the world, are either recovering addicts or felons. Don't get me wrong, I know people that ain't in that category that are amazing people, but these people that I know are amazing, and they're not only changing their lives, they're changing countless others. And that's positive to me. That's surrounding yourself around positive people so you have a positive response and outcome with your life. But I'm going to get off here. I just want to voice my opinion about that sorry-ass dude on that video that act like a lot of people who wish death on everybody else. I couldn't imagine it. Couldn't imagine saying, well, he needed to be dead. He needed to... Yeah. I couldn't imagine it. But so many people have and voiced their opinion on Facebook. You know who you are. I'm talking to you. Talking to you. you should be ashamed of yourself. But I'm going to get off here. Everybody have a blessed day, because you know I will. And this is some real shit. I believe in brutal honesty, the stinking truth, right? Y'all have a good night.